Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Erock Rodz. And we are on a new bike. We are on the Talaria XXX. Talaria XXX. Talaria X3, whatever you want to call it. More specifically, the Luna Black Edition from Luna Cycles. Not to be confused with the Talaria XXX International concept version. We were lucky to get this bike. It's a very in-demand bike currently. I've had the bike for about a week already, and I've been just riding, just getting used to the bike. And I'll tell you, I'm having a ton of fun on this bike. The torque is so nice. The torque is like instant. And right now I'm just riding on Eco. I did cut the brown wire, but before I cut the brown wire, I rode the bike for probably like 5-10 miles, just as is. When you're on Eco, it goes to 20 miles per hour and then it caps there. And when you're on sport mode, it goes to 28 miles per hour. When you cut the brown wire, that's when you unlock the true potential. Basically, the Eco mode will take you up to 28 or 30 miles an hour, around there. And then the sport mode is unlimited. I don't even think I've really maxed it out to its full potential. I brought it up to like 45, I think, and that was on the odometer. And the odometer, I think, is a little off from seeing all these different videos about this bike. We're gonna take a look at the bike. We're gonna go to a park, but right now we're just cruising around a bit. And I'm cruising on Eco. I don't feel like I need to really put it on sport mode when I'm just in the neighborhood. If I'm gonna ride out like with traffic, that's when I put it to sport mode. Yeah, I watched every Talaria X video out there as I was waiting for the bike to get in stock, because it's highly in demand currently, I should say. They're coming into stock more often right now, but for me it felt like forever for the bike to go in stock for me to actually be able to purchase it. I didn't purchase it on the first round when it was priced at $29.99. It was like less than $3 grand, not including shipping. I got it at the $3,250 price tag, and then there was also $300 shipping, so it was a little expensive shipping. But the bike, after all the costs, no taxes, but it came out to $3,550, I believe. But man, this bike is so much fun, man. I've been having a blast on it this past week. I didn't film any content because I was just having so much fun riding it. I have been riding it at nighttime for the most part, because it's the first bike that I've gotten that is basically electric dirt bike style, and there's no pedals. It has pegs. It's just like the Suron, for anyone that may not know. Yeah, for the most part, like I was saying, I've been riding it at night because I don't know how the cops are in the area, or the law enforcement are in the area with these kind of bikes, like non-pedal e-bikes. And I'm like one of the only people in my area that ride e-bikes, so if they see me, you're gonna know it's me. But let's pull over at this park and take a look at the bike. Okay, let's take a look at the bike. There it is. I know that aesthetics and looks are subjective, but I really love the looks. I love the looks of this bike. Very sleek. Didn't add too much to it yet. I mean, the things I added so far, just in terms of accessories, are the mirrors. I did have a mirror over here, but I didn't like the visibility. So I'm trying out this one, but we'll see. I got the bag, little storage bag, and then I got new pegs, but I didn't install them yet because these pegs are so small. You'll see in compared to the new pegs, they're a little bit wider. So this is just a quick look at the bike. I love the look. Okay, we're gonna go into sport for a little while. And then all you do is press this little toggle, and then it goes into sport mode. Feel the power, feel the difference. So I'll show it right now. Up Oh, 30 miles an hour, just like that. Okay, so my first impressions over this past week, the things that I love is the power, meaning the torque, the top speed. I love the throttle response. It's so responsive, like you give it a little bit and it goes, you know. I personally love the aesthetics. I love the form factor. Like, it's a small bike, and I'm a shorter rider, so I feel like this fits me well. The seat height is about 31.5 inches tall, I believe, so I feel like the size of the bike fits me perfectly. So definitely good for a shorter rider. Let's see if I can open it up a little bit. But the odometer said that I got to 43 right there on the display. It's just fun. It feels very nimble. It's only 125 pounds, so it feels lighter to handle. The things that I dislike about the bike, first is the noise. I'm not used to having such a loud motor, and it's not like it's terrible, but from hearing like Surons and stuff like that, it definitely feels louder than a Suron. If I pull that throttle, it gets loud, and it's not like it's not horrible, but it's just something that I'm not used to, something I'd have to get used to. Even though you can take out the battery, it's not as easy as a Suron or as the Talaria XXX, where you just kind of lift it out. On this bike, you have to take out the back shock, and then you have to like lower the wheel and pull it out of the back, so it's not as convenient as some of those other bikes. For me, that's not an issue. I have a garage where I park it in, and I can charge it in the garage. It's kind of a con in a sense, but it's not a make or break for me personally. As much as I don't want to put the pedal kit on this bike, I feel like I just have to do it, just because if I do get stopped, that I could just say, it's got pedals. If I ever want to take this bike into the city, I always take the ferry, and on the ferry they usually check for pedals. Not all the time, but sometimes they check for pedals, and I potentially could get stopped from being able to go into the city at the ferry, which would suck. This past week I was basically riding, getting used to the bike. I've never ridden a bike with this much torque before, so I was taking it pretty cautiously, because I didn't want to whiskey throttle, I didn't want to loop the bike. But I'm just trying to get used to the throttle response on both Eco and Sport, and the braking power. It's a completely different riding experience from other e-bikes I've ridden. For me personally, I'm mainly a street rider, so I like that it came with supermoto tires versus dirt tires. I don't think I would be taking this bike off-road at all. They just came out with like off-road set for this bike. I think they're like $400 on Luna cycles, and I think now they actually offer that if you want, they could swap out the tires to off-road tires before they ship it out to you. I appreciate you guys tuning into the channel. If this is your first time here, if you enjoy this type of content, I would very much appreciate you giving a thumbs up. And if you do want to see more future videos on my Talaria XXX or any of my other e-bikes, I do a lot of group rides in the city. I do e-bike reviews, things like that. Consider subscribing to the channel. Alright, so some of my final thoughts on this bike. For the price of this bike, you can't beat it right now. At the $29.99, it was a steal. Even at the $32.50 that it's at right now, I still think that it's a great bike for the cost. I can't even think of bikes in that price range that would challenge the specs of this bike right now. My other bike, my main bike, my CTY2, which I still love, that was $3,800, but right now it's actually close to this price tag with a sale. So if you're looking for a cruiser, that might be another option, but if you're looking for this style bike, electric dirt bikes, then this is definitely the way to go. And now that I have both, I feel like I have the best of both worlds. If you guys have any questions about this bike, leave a comment down below. We're definitely going to have more content coming up soon on the Talaria XXX. Thanks for coming on this ride with us. If you enjoyed the content, please consider subscribing. Hit that thumbs up button, it really helps out the channel. And we will catch you on the next ride. Alright guys, ride on.